for Adam, who we lost in 2016, and I walk because I want to be part of the solution.
I walk to raise awareness and make a difference. I walk for my brother and for my dad, and I walk because your support gives us hope.
I walk in hope that people feel supported. I walk to reduce the stigma around mental health so that people will feel that they can get the help that they need, and we can lower the number of people that die by suicide. I also walk for the people that I care about in the hopes that they feel supported and surrounded by love as they struggle with their daily lives.
I am walking for my son Brendan Payne and his father Mark Payne.
I walk in memory of my dad, and I walk to bring awareness to suicide and for hope for others, and that they're not alone.
The reason why I walk is because I've struggled with mental health issues a majority of my life, and I've also seen how it affects other people. And I want to support those who currently struggle with it and who have struggled with it in the past. And I also want to support those who have been affected by suicide and those who have been lost by suicide, because their voices will always be heard. Mental health is an extremely important part of this world, and we need to continue to let it be known and know that it is okay to not be okay, and we are better if we are vulnerable together.
I walked for Randy Litchfield, who I lost February 15th, 2016, in the hope that we can save a family for what we've had to go through.
Hello, and welcome to the Out of the Darkness experience for September 26th. Today, you are participating in one of these three Out of the Darkness experiences virtually: the Macomb-McDonough County experience, the Sauk Valley experience, or the Peoria experience. Just a moment to talk about our Out of the Darkness community walks and the history behind them. So the core of the Out of the Darkness walks, the community walks created a movement held in hundreds of cities across the country. They give people the courage to open up about their own struggle or loss, and the platform to change our culture's approach to mental health. While this year's events may look a little different, our mission to save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide has not changed. We are a strong and resilient community, united in our effort to fight suicide, raise awareness, educate our communities, advocate for better public policies, support those who have lost loved ones, and support those with lived experience. We use our voices and share our stories to provide hope. And hope will not be canceled. As you may know, our mission at AFSP is to save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide. Suicide is a health issue, just like any other health issue. And suicide can be prevented. And you know that, and that's why you participate in our Out of the Darkness events. Together, we can create a culture that's smart about mental health and suicide prevention. Together, nothing can stop us in the fight against suicide. And now I'd like to just take a moment and recognize the top fundraisers and top teams from all of the events that happened today, September 26th. First of all, we're going to talk about our Sauk Valley top fundraisers and top teams. Our top fundraisers, as of Thursday, actually, September 24th, likely subject to change. In first place, we have Kathleen Dixon, Grace Kuchar, Amber Long, Bobby Kump, and Julie Mann. And our top teams for Sauk Valley are Team Kira, Bubba's Crew, Heroes of Hope, Life Walkers, and Dixon Correctional Center. And of course, we have some sponsors that joined us as well this year. We have KSB Hospital, the Mental Health Committee at the hospital, and Candlelight Inn. Thank you to our Sauk Valley Experience sponsors. Next, I'd like to recognize the Macomb-McDonough County top fundraisers and top teams. In first place for Macomb, we have Janet and Lee Cobb. Next, we have Margaret Taylor, Morgan Payne, Susan Denicky, our fabulous event chair, and Betsy Vick. For top teams, we have honoring Andy Taylor, for Adam, Randy Litchfield, Team Payne family, and finally, Team Susie. Thank you, Macomb. And we have fabulous sponsors in the Macomb, McDonough County area. And here they are listed in front of you here. We've got McDonough County Public Transportation. We've got McDonough District Hospital, the Behavioral Health Services Division there, the Park District, the McDonough County Voice, Webb Automotive, the City of Macomb, who gives us our venue each year, North Central Behavioral Health Systems, Capital Power, a return sponsor there as well, Community News Brief, Tri-States Public Radio, and Bridgeway. Thank you, sponsors. And finally, moving on to our Peoria top fundraisers and top teams. In first place for Peoria, we have Josh Morgan, and we have Mary Ritchie, Christine Ingalls, Eve Wash, Bobby Jones. And for top teams, we have Bent Not Broken 2.0, Tyler's Tribe, Tiff's Pineapples, the Libertarian Party of Greater Peoria, and Walking for Robbie. Thank you, top fundraisers and top teams. And Peoria also has quite a few generous sponsors this year as well. Gold's Gym, the Libertarian Party of Greater Peoria, WMBD and WYZZ, McCall Law Offices, Elite Youth Outreach, and Farmers Insurance Grimm Agency. Thank you so much to our sponsors and fundraisers.
Okay, and now welcome everyone to our live portion of the virtual program, as it were. And I'm very happy to be joined here by some of our fabulous walk chairs from this weekend. Again, I'm Angela Cummings. I am the Associate Area Director for the Illinois chapter here. And again, we could not have these events be so successful without the hard work of our volunteers, and of course, especially our volunteer event chairs, our walk chairs, and committee members who work tirelessly to make these events successful for you as participants and also for the organization in terms of fundraising. So a big thank you to our walk chairs and walk committee members. And at this point, I think I'm going to give them just a quick chance to say hello to the participants from their events that may be watching, and let them introduce themselves a little bit, how they got involved, and then we'll move on from there. So I think I'll start with Susan Denicky, and Susan is the walk chair for our Macomb, McDonough County walk now experience, and I'm going to let her say a few words about how she got involved in the event, and then take it from there.
Hi everyone, I'm Susan Denicky, as she said, from Macomb, McDonough County walk experience event. This is our 5th year, and I just want to thank all our sponsors and our participants for your support. This year has been really great, and I know it's been a challenging time for everyone, so I double extra appreciate your support.
Great. Thank you, Susan. Now I think I'll pass it on to Valerie Roberts, and she is in charge of our Sauk Valley experience. And she took over the walk a couple years ago, actually, and has grown it into a fabulous event. And I'm going to let her say a few words about how she got involved and kind of the partnership that we have maybe a little bit with the hospital there, and how that's really benefited this event once she took it over. It's really kind of grown into something that we're very proud of. So I will let Valerie take it away now.
Hi, I'm Valerie Roberts. I'm a licensed clinical social worker at KSB Hospital in Dixon. And so, Angela had reached out to me a couple of years back after I had said that maybe I would be able to chair this event as it was needed in the Sauk Valley area. And I've been excited to do it ever since, actually. It's something that means a lot to me and to KSB. We're very brain health focused right now, or mental health, and so we just knew that this was something important to keep in our community when the need was there. And so it's been great We care very much about eliminating stigma with mental health issues and accessing treatment and things like that. And so this has been a great way to partner with that mission. And so it's been great to help create that awareness in our community. And so there's that reason that I do this. There goes an earbud. There's also the reason that there's personal and family reasons that I am involved with this as well. I struggled with mental health issues myself as a teenager, and still to this day, you know, everybody's got their stuff. And I've got family who have had suicide attempts. And so there's personal reasons that I'm also involved as well. And I'm sad that we can't gather in person this year because we were on such a roll with the last couple of years in the Sauk Valley. It just turned into such a huge event for us. But this year I was lucky enough to have Mary helping me. And so Mary Beth Boonstra has been helping me this year and has co-chaired this as well. And we've tried to throw together this little virtual thing. And so I will let Mary introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Mary Beth Boonstra. As Val said, I'm co-chairing this event this year. What an interesting year to join a committee and to try to get a virtual experience going. But hopefully we can continue this next year and join back together in person. Thank you.
Absolutely. We're not going to let you go after this strange year. We're gonna keep you around, Mary Beth. Absolutely. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for introducing yourselves and talking a little bit about your events. And now we have a few special guests who weren't able to join us in this live call, but they did send in some video recordings talking about their connection to the cause and how they became involved in their events. So coming up next, we're going to be watching a couple of clips. We'll be hearing from the Peoria Walk Chair. We will be hearing from a committee member from the Macomb County Walk, and we will also be hearing hopefully from the Macomb mayor. So everybody will hold tight. We are going to switch over to watching these videos together, and then we'll come back together and have a bit of a bead ceremony. The honor beads is what we will end this virtual program with. All right, so having said that, let's segue into some video clips from some other special guests. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to this year's virtual program. I'm Chris Buckley and the chair of the Peoria's Out of the Darkness Walk. This has been a rough year for everyone, and I know many are disappointed with the decision to be virtual. The community we build is one of the things I love about these walks. We want to go back to a physical walk as much as you. I want to thank everyone for participating this year, and I hope to see you all in person as soon as possible.
As the surviving spouse, I've learned 3 lessons I'd like to share with you today. Hi, my name is Tara Litchfield, and I lost my best friend, my soulmate, the father of my children, and my husband on February 15th, 2016 from suicide. Here's what I've learned in the past almost 5 years. Number 1, a life is not defined by what happens in the last moments. It is defined by the legacy of our loved ones leave behind. And like your loved ones, my Randy left a legacy of love of family, hard work, attention to detail, and service to others. Randy was a quiet, gentle, humble man. He loved his family, daughter Kristen and her family, and son Derek and his family. He loved spending time with family, fishing, hunting, boating, camping, and flying with his son Derek in his plane. He was a very talented carpenter, and the fruits of his work are everywhere around my home. In the chicken house turned pool house, in the hot tub gazebo, in my kitchen, and in many of our friends' and neighbors' houses as well. We choose to celebrate his life and legacy. Number 2, you need to reach out for help, or at least talk about it. When Randy was struggling, so many people, myself included, told Randy that he was not alone in the way he felt and that he could be helped. We said, you did not ask for this disease, just like you don't ask for cancer or heart disease. The hurt and the pain that you are feeling can decrease. There is help. Please reach out to someone, anyone. Help is available and you are loved. Little did I know that he had mentioned something to someone. A longtime friend told me that Randy had reached out to her that he was struggling. That was in October of 2015. She had assumed that I knew of his struggles at that time, but I did not. Please don't assume their close ones know. Help them get help. That is why I'm here today, to hopefully prevent the pain that my family and many of you have endured. Number 3, give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to grieve, be angry, and feel every other emotion that you feel. Give yourself permission to say what you're feeling. Give yourself permission to talk to your loved one, even though he or she is not around physically. Give yourself permission to seek help from a pastor or counselor or support group for you and the remaining survivors. Give yourself permission to stop asking what if or why, because you'll never truly get the answer other than life was too painful. Give yourself permission to determine what's truly important in life and let the rest go. Give yourself permission for your most important endeavor, living. Give yourself permission to be the light that shines with hope and finds joy and happiness in the memories you had and in the days ahead. 3 lessons. Your life, like your loved ones, is not defined by a single moment in time. Your willingness to participate in this event and to reach out to help others is commendable and may help someone make a different choice. And finally, there's a lot of living left to do if you'll give yourself permission to do it. Thank you. And I want to end this with a poem that I received just a few days after Randy's death, and it's called The Legacy. When I die, give what is left of me to my children. If you need to cry, cry for your brothers walking beside you. Put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you with something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I have known or loved. And if you cannot live without me, then let me live on in your eyes, your minds, and your acts of kindness. You can love me most by letting hands touch hands and letting go of children that need to be free. Love does not die, people do. So when all that is left of me is love, give me away.
Good afternoon. I'm Macomb Mayor Mike Inman. I want to take just a moment and say thank you to everyone for joining us and bringing suicide out of the darkness. Nationally, suicide is one of the most disruptive and tragic events a family and a community can experience. Public awareness of suicide is the key to preventing further suffering and loss of life, and the risk of further human destruction can be reduced through awareness, education, and treatment. The awareness and donations from the Out of the Darkness Walk help with funding research for suicide prevention, create and distribute educational programs, advocate for public policy, and support for survivors of suicide loss. Visit afsp.org for more information. If you know anyone or you are in crisis, please call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-TALK. I would like to extend my thoughts and prayers to all of those families, co-workers, and friends that have been affected by suicide. I would leave you with this. Suicide can affect anyone, regardless of age, gender, race, orientation, income level, religion, or background. A simple phone call, handshake, or a hug can go a long way. Thank you.
I wear orange for the loss of a sibling.
The white is for the loss of our child.
Green is for a personal struggle.
Purple is for losing a relative or friend.
We wear honor beads at the Out of the Darkness walks as a way to pay tribute to a loved one lost, a personal struggle, or a victory.
They come in different colors that represent the many ways that we're all connected to the cause of suicide prevention.
Since suicide so often is hidden and kept in the dark, the honor beads are really special because it's your way to be very open about your loss.
Gold is for losing a parent.
Silver represents the loss of a veteran or a first responder.
Red for losing a spouse or partner.
And teal represents having friends or family that struggle.
When I see other people with the same colored beads as me, it gives me hope that there's a future for all of us.
It's fantastic being here with these people who feel how I feel.
I wear orange, teal, and purple beads.
I wear green and teal beads.
I wear silver and teal beads.
And we all wear blue beads to show we support the cause.
Find your connection at afsp.org/honorbeads.
Okay, and what we saw just there was a short video kind of explaining the honor beads and what they mean for AFSP and the people that wear them. And here we have a really nice graphic. This is an honor bead display at one of our walks in an honor bead ceremony where people are proudly displaying the beads that they wear. This is what we would be doing if we were together in person. We are not, however. So I would like to take you through a brief honor bead ceremony that you can participate in virtually. Especially if you're joining us in the live preview on YouTube, you'll be able to add some commentary into the chat feature. And we're just going to go through this really quickly and kind of honor those we have lost with these different bead colors. As you can see here, they represent the connection to the cause. So as I read out each bead color, if you are joining us and able to put the name of your lost loved one or yourself, if you are the person who struggles, you can put that into the chat. That would be great. It's a little bit of an interactive way we can all honor our loved ones and have a bit of a memorial activity here to close out this day. Okay, first are the white beads. If you wear the white beads, you have lost a child. So if you wear the white beads at our Out of the Darkness events or at our Survivor Day events, you can take a moment right now and write the name into the chat feature. Gold beads are for the loss of a parent. If you're joining us now and you wear the gold beads, feel free to put the name of your lost parent in the chat. Teal beads are for those who are supporting someone who struggles with mental health issues. So if you wear teal beads, you are supporting someone who deals with some mental health struggles. Absolutely put your own name in the chat if you would like to, or you can put the name of the person that you support as well if you think they would feel comfortable. Silver beads are for the loss of a first responder or military member. If you have lost someone that was a first responder or part of our military, please feel free to write their name in the chat right now. Red beads for the loss of a spouse or partner. If you wear red beads at our events and you would like to honor your loved one, you can type their name in the chat feature now. Purple beads are very general. They're for the loss of a relative or friend. So everyone can wear the purple beads at our events, and they're always the ones that run out the fastest. So if you are honoring someone today, a relative or a friend, maybe not in a different category that we've already stated, you can go ahead and type their name in. Orange beads are for the loss of a sibling. If you have lost a sibling to suicide, please feel free to type their name into the chat now. And green beads for a personal struggle. If you're joining us as someone who has had your own mental health challenges or are an attempt survivor, you would wear the green beads at our events, and you are welcome to put your name in the chat feature. Blue beads support the cause. I think everyone at every event picks up the blue beads, so feel free to type your own name in at this point. You support the cause by being here. Thank you. And finally, just a few ways to connect with us. Here you see our website, our email, and of course you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at these handles that you see listed here. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions at any time. And we do still have some mental health resources that are specific to the COVID-19 pandemic. We have our AFSP COVID-19 site, which is afsp.org/COVID-19. We partnered with Psych Hub for the COVID-19 Mental Health Resource Hub, and you can see that URL as well. And then Call for Calm here in Illinois is you can text TALK or hablar to 55-2020 if you need some help finding local resources. And of course, if you or anyone you know is ever in crisis, please do not hesitate to reach out and call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-TALK, or you can text TALK TALK to 741-741. Thank you for joining us today and for joining us in the fight to stop suicide. Once again, thank you for joining us.